Hello, welcome back to the channel. I have a weird and fun video for you today. It's coming up a little later in the day than I usually like to get them up, but that's fine. Here it is. It's going to be a little late. So Tarkir Dragonstorm has introduced a bunch of new cards, and it's actually kind of rare that standard legal sets give so many cards to the Canadian Highlander format. We're usually a format that gets 3 or 4 cards a set, maybe. People usually try more than that, but in practice, you don't end up with that many playable cards. And this set has been way better than that on average. And one of the big things that this set gave was a bunch more support for the kind of like self-mill, graveyard synergy archetype. Unsurprisingly, Sultai and our initial trip to Khans of Tarkir was what gave us the Delve mechanic, which is obviously, well, I guess Future Sight gave us the Delve mechanic, but you know what I mean. Cons where where it was really shown off. That really pushed a lot of decks forward in Highlander, and there's a lot of cards from this set that are pretty exciting as well for that same archetype. And Jer and I were talking about what we were going to play, and Jer said, "Oh, I actually have a sweet bug Insidious roots deck that I want to try." And I said, "Me too," which was weird. We had basically simultaneously brewed the same thing. So we decided we would play a couple of mirror matches, see how the decks played. Obviously, when you're playing a mirror, the gameplay looks a little weird, but I think it's still a pretty cool showing for both decks. What we did is we played the games blind, and we didn't do deck techs ahead of time. And then we did a shared deck tech with both of us on the call, looking at the two lists and the comparison between the lists. So what I've done is I've actually put that at the end of the video, so you'll see both matches, and then you will see a more thorough deck tech and some explanations about the deck building choices. The lists are in the description if you are interested in looking at those ahead of time, and I think the cool thing about it is that you can kind of follow along as new cards appear. But if you want to watch the deck techs first, please feel free to use the timestamps. I just felt like putting them at the end because I think that we filmed it in that order, and so it's a little bit more natural. But overall, this was a sweet experiment. I thought it was very cool. A lot of the cards that have been printed recently for this archetype are really interesting and powerful for sure. So we hope you enjoy the video. One other note is that if you are watching this on the day it is coming out, which is May 1st, we are potentially live on YouTube. Trent and I are playing some games tonight. We're going to start around 6 p.m. Pacific time. So if you are around and if you're watching this video beforehand, please come check it out. We'd love to have you there. It'll be same thing. This YouTube channel will be live here. So please come check it out, and we hope you enjoy that too. Without further ado, here are the games, and like I said, at the end, you'll get the shared deck tech. All right, so mirror match time. Like I said in the intro, Jared and I are playing the same deck, but we kind of built it differently. We both had a similar idea to try and build some kind of like graveyard matters, like high graveyard synergy bug deck. I technically have a red card in my deck, don't tell Jared. But this looks like a mulligan, just really slow, doesn't do anything. I am on the draw, shockingly. Jared actually won a die roll for once. Yeah, we mulligan these ones. Basically a 6 anyway. I mean, this hand looks fine. Turn 1, Zagoth Triome. Turn 2, probably just play a land, then play Survival, and then go from there. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm in for keeping this. And then in terms of what I'm going to get rid of, I think it might just have to be Wasteland. Yeah, because I think I want the colors to play Cotis. New Tarkir Dragonstorm card, by the way. Pretty excited to try this one, see how it goes. But yeah, I'll put Wasteland back and call it good.
Holy crap, I want to roll. Let's go, team. That one, not especially keepable. This one is keepable. If we find a looting effect, we can get Oculus going. I think Tyvar might be the one we want to bin here. It's either Tyvar or Oculus, and I think it's Tyvar. Liam also on a mulligan. Yeah, these should be interesting games. I think it's gonna likely come down to who just does the thing harder. I think it's gonna be hard to win an especially fair game. But I don't know exactly how he built the deck, so we'll see. But our hand has several powerful cards.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry, I had to think about which card I was putting back.
No worries. I had a choice of two, so.
Oh, baby. I drew I drew a hot one. I definitely with this kind of deck, it's hard for me to not get like really lost in the sauce, I gotta say. And I think you will probably see some examples of classic Liam sauce losting. But it's okay.
You have been known to do that. Yeah, we can play that one.
Oh,
and go for one of these.
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't include all of these effects.
What do you get me? Artifact, creature, or land.
Yeah, so 6 or breeding.
All right, yes, 6 seems pretty. Actually, no. How do I undo?
I believe maybe try Z or Control Z, but you might.
Oh, I click it again.
Okay.
Excellent. Great interface.
I mean I've heard worse.
There is worse, but like thing is lighting up green, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't mean to click that. Control Z, right click something, and the way to do it is to left click it again.
Bit of a mess for sure. You took breeding pool. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, these kinds of like mill 4 get 1 effects are definitely pretty good.
I think Dredger's Insight is especially good in this type of deck because like I don't know how you built your deck, but I built my deck like planning to abuse the ever loving crap out of Insidious roots.
I know, yeah.
And so
your
the life gain
features I think a power outlier in if you get the Insidious Roots deck, it's the best deck in the cube, and I think that was on purpose. I know, I know you like that card.
I do.
I've played a Scythecat Cub, which probably gives you some hint about other cards that are included in my deck. Ooh, okay.
Do you have Nadu in your deck?
Yeah, probably.
Gross.
There's blue and green cards in your deck. Are you telling me you didn't put Nadu in your blue-green card deck?
No.
Okay, I see.
Wait, I don't think so.
You just decided to not try and win? I'm so confused.
I don't think that's what I signed up for. But
play this Survival of the Fittest.
Yeah.
Am I willing? No, I will not offer the trade.
It would not have been a trade.
Sure, yeah. I will not offer the discard 2 cards to eat my Scythecat Cub. Even if it's a 2-for-1. Somehow I suspect your deck is very willing to discard cards.
No.
Brog is definitely like absurd in these in these decks, I think. Like when I was building it, I was like, oh my god. This card is gross.
If you're not willing to attack,
yeah,
chances are you're not willing to block.
I will also decline to block. Yeah, you caught. You've sussed me out.
Got him. Yeah, you're not wrong in that my deck is interested in discarding cards. Yeah, gonna do one of these. Sure. Gain a life.
What's interesting is I think that both of our decks are trying to do like such like go big, go wide things that like that play is obviously very good. But like I'm also trying to be like a complete degenerate, so I'm curious to see how much that'll end up mattering.
Yeah.
All right, so gonna activate
Like
this.
against most decks, this turn 4 board is like nigh unbeatable, but
Yeah, I am gonna discard Colossal Grave-Reaver.
let's see. That one is quite good.
Yeah, and now I've got to decide what I'm gonna get. Huh.
Thankfully, I don't think there's anything you can get that reanimates it immediately.
Sort of. I think I will just get this Emperor of Bones.
Sure.
Seems good in this matchup.
Yep.
All right, you manifest some dread.
Never lucky.
I drew land, which is great.
Yeah, I wanted you to not draw black land because that makes your Emperor of Bones play less exciting.
I mean, there's not actually anything all that exciting in your graveyard to get back. Like, I don't know if I want to necessarily.
You're obviously Colossal Grave-Reaving.
Yeah.
If you're doing it, 6 is like whatever.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. What?
And also, if you like expose your Emperor of Bones, it might just die to Grist.
Yeah, for sure. I have to be somewhat careful about that. Okay, I'm gonna start with land. Then I will go to combat. And I will attack your Grist. You block? You make the big blocks? Perhaps?
So you double the counter, so it becomes a 6/6. I think I have to block. Because, like, you lost your timing to Emperor of Bones. So, like, I think this is just good for me. It's like this is pretty bad to a removal spell, but removal spell was kind of getting me anyways. So, like, yeah. I think I'm okay with it. And if it's just... Oh, wait, did I miscount?
I believe you did.
Counted.
I believe the Cat Club becomes an 8/8.
Yeah, that was dumb. I forgot it got a counter and then doubled.
Gets a counter and then... Oh, no. We're both wrong.
Oh.
All right, you're a genius.
I did know how it works. Haha!
Wow. All right. Well, my mistake.
Shows how little we have played with that card.
Yeah.
It only just recently got onto Magic Online, so...
I mean, it's been on Magic Online enough that we probably shouldn't have missed that interaction. Huh. All right, that's actually really awkward for my time.
I didn't miss it.
You definitely knew you made the right play the whole time. I'm going to discard this Cotus Sipsig champion. And I will do some going wide of my own, I believe. And I'm going to get the Myco Tyrant.
The what now? End step. Can't block. Descended. Sure. At least that's a thing I can kill.
Yeah, you can grist it. It's going to have made some tokens, but...
Yeah. But...
I just wanted to get some pressure in play to start to pressure the grist a little bit. That's unfortunate.
Yes.
This matchup is definitely funky in the sense that, like, we have cards that are, like, obviously good in our deck, and by splash hate, they also splash hate the other deck a lot. Like, this is like a nuts one against me. I have one in my deck that, like, would be similarly good. Yeah. Well, this is not ideal.
No.
Yeah,
Come on, baby. Ooh, Uro.
I mean, it's like just okay. You're not
Yeah, I mean,
unhappy about it, but
I will take the free Uro.
Yeah. It could have been worse for me, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe I'm just supposed to jab my own Emperor and put the Colossal Grave-Maw in, or Grave-Reaper in, and just deal with it, because this is, like, absolutely disastrous.
Satyr Wayfinder, Rubble Belt. All right, well, we're Wayfindering, because that gets us more Grave-Reaper triggers.
Wow, this card looks great in your deck. You put it in, right?
Yeah, it is in my deck, for the record.
I'll believe it when I see it. Oh my god. Yeah, this is so gross.
Do I want cards or just a big chonky lad?
The me miscounting the Scythe Cat Cub attack is especially brutal when I reveal to you at the end of this, well, realistically turn probably, because I don't think I'm coming back from this, but what my hand was. Because I thought I got to trade Scythe Cat Cub for your whole board, not just two things.
Yeah.
So,
well, just the Oculus, yeah.
No, I thought, yeah, exactly. Like I thought I got to kill both tokens and the Oculus, because it was going to be a 7, right? That's what I thought, or an 8. Sorry. Anyway, it's fine.
I think to be safe, we will go for this one and give you one of these.
Sure. Yes, the old recurring nightmare is the reason why this is awkward, because I would have nightmared in the
yes.
Like it's still bad because you can kill the Grave-Reaper with Grist and then Emperor it still potentially. So like obviously it's like not ideal either way. Okay, this Gaia's Cradle's probably good, right?
I mean, it's not the worst card you could have drawn, almost assuredly, but
let's discard this Uro. That seems like
makes a lot of sense.
The starting point. What can we get? What can I get that is good and not bad? I think in tough here.
I feel very ahead.
Oh wait, you're dead. Okay, I'll get Devoted Druid. I'll discard Devoted Druid. I'll get Hazel's Brewmaster.
Alright. Did not put this one in my deck.
Sorry, that's kind of a slow roll.
Yeah, it's fine.
Wait, did I have enough mana?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Did I cast the Devoted Druid by accident? I think I clicked on the Devoted Druid and put it in play.
It's fine.
Alright, we'll consider that one a misclick you don't make IRL.
Yeah. I was
you
had 6 mana because I had 7 mana.
I had 7 mana total. Yeah, so it was fine. It was survival. And then I had Emperor Bones in my hand to get the
I knew your whole hand.
Yeah, and I have Ballista in my deck is the kill.
I figured as much.
Yeah. Whoops. Wow, this Survival of the Fittest card.
Quite good.
Yep.
Gotta ship that one.
I'll deafen for a second. Okay, well, that was a bit of an oopsie doopsie game 1. You could tell we're really figuring out how this all works. So this hand from me, it's turn 1 Hierarch, turn 2 Nantuko land, and then aspirationally, it's turn 3 cast Natural Order, but the best Natural Order target is in my hand, although the Grave-Reaper looked absolutely bonkers there. It's less good in my deck, I think, than it is in Jared's deck. I'm already liking the look of Jared's deck more, if I'm being totally honest. This hand has no blue mana either. And I don't think this Bazaar is good. I put it in the deck thinking that, oh, I want to be self-milling and putting stuff in my own graveyard, but actually I had it in the deck when I had a bunch of dredge cards in the deck. And I ended up cutting most of those because I felt like they were only good with Bazaar draws, so I'm leaning towards the mulligan button here. On the draw. I guess the question is whether or not you think turn 3 natural order for Grave-Reaver is good enough. You know what? Actually, I'm going to keep it, and this is just a blank, functionally.
No deafening required. This hand is amazing. I guess this isn't online, but I think the rest of our hand makes this good enough. This one can go.
Hello.
Hello.
I had my hand's really weird. Okay.
Figured it wasn't straightforward.
No, yeah. The Noble Hierarch. I have the perfect foil to the Noble Hierarch in the
Your own Noble Hierarch?
No, the Ignoble Hierarch.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think a lot of these decks have been popping up. Like definitely the Sultai cards from Tarkir Dragonstorm had people thinking. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. Just hardcast.
I have no black mana, awkwardly.
Oh yes, Gloom Lake Verge being a Verge.
Verge is not just
strictly
super
better
free rolls.
Yeah. They do come with slight deck building requirements.
Yes.
All right. Well, let's go for a Springheart Nantuko, and I'm just gonna play a tap land, make a 1/1.
Reasonable.
Yeah, Nantuko's been interesting to me as just like a fair card. Like, obviously,
I think it's just quite good, honestly.
Yeah. Like, it's a bit surprising, honestly, how powerful just Nantukoing is. Oof. Yep. Good enough that it warrants a bow mastering.
Yes.
See it.
If I drew the black turn 1, I would have got to get your
my
Hierarch.
elf, yeah. And this is a very different game if that happens, for sure. No blocks.
Unsurprising.
Yeah.
Electing to not block my chump block 1 damage off my trample creature.
How could I? Well, I'm just gonna jam this. So I'm gonna natural order. And the question is, what do I get? Because I could get the Colossal Grave-Reaver.
But knowing you also have Atraxa in your deck.
I have Atraxa in my hand, even. So I'm actually going to get Ureni, the Song Unending, and think do this. Seems okay.
Yeah.
The Grave-Reaver is just like, I don't know. I don't think it's quite as reliable. And if it just dies and then like you reanimate it or something, like I am just truly in the sea.
Not being that one.
I see.
The sand's kind of sweet. If we draw untapped land, well, sand's actually kind of awkward. So, because we already have a blue-green land, we kind of want this to be blue-black to get our colors, but that means we can't play turn 1 elf, and if we play turn 1 elf off of blue-green, then we don't have black mana. So I think we kind of have to play Hedge Maze turn 1, which kind of sucks, but we can go from there. EM on a mulligan.
Okay, I am deafened. We are mulliganing. It is the mirror. I have won the die roll, as is tradition, and I will go first. This hand, Hogak looking really awkward. If this was a green source instead of blue-black, I would think about it, but as is, this is an easy mulligan. All right, DT seems good. Rival of the Fittest seems good. My mana looks okay. This seems like a keep to me. Um, but what does this look like? It's a breeding pool on turn 1, turn 2 survival, and then turn 3 I can survival. If I draw another green source, I can double survival and put a rather large creature into play, or I can do something else, maybe get like a Stitcher Supplier or something. Anyway, either way, it is a keep, and I'm going to put back Life from the Loam. It just doesn't do anything in this hand. I'm still deafened. Hello!
Hello.
I did my whole hello thing, and I was 100% still deafened.
Classic.
Yeah. All right. I have a reasonable one.
Mine is slightly awkward, but
Hedge Maze, yeah. How many of the Surveil lands are you playing? Are you playing all 3?
3 for sure. I've found I play 3 in most 3-color decks, and this deck being a graveyard deck, like it's just slam dunk 3. Mm-hmm. Not close.
Just like it's just too good.
Yep. Precisely.
I have played 0 point Survival of the Fittest.
Indeed. Seems pretty good.
Oh, there's a cat stuck in my closet currently.
Seems not pretty good.
No, he's fine. He's out.
So he was not stuck.
Well, yeah. Rumors of him being stuck were perhaps slightly exaggerated.
I see. Let's go for this one.
Ooh, okay. Murktide Reach.
Yes. Might not be good enough in this deck. There's just not that many instants and sorceries.
Yeah, it's like a real consideration. Huh.
I'm kind of lucky that you don't have that many green sources. Makes it a lot harder to
definitely getting constrained a little bit.
This. That one is pretty good.
I was planning to target myself with this card more often. It is good here.
Yes.
I don't know. This is a card that Malanthrope is a card that I've been like sort of interested in trying. Like, I guess there just aren't that many fair blue-green shells for it to fit in. But yeah. I don't know, like all of this text feels really good. Like exile entire graveyard is good, getting bigger is good. Like this was a 3/3 or 3-mana 4/4 flyer. Like that's just like a very reasonable rate. I don't know.
I mean, I suppose I will attack because I cannot block.
I'm unlikely to trade.
And I don't think you're likely to block. So
yes, you're correct.
All right, now I will go for my grand plans.
So if I had blocked, it would have been pretty bad for you, I guess.
I had other things to do, but
fair enough.
Yeah, there's just nothing better.
Yep. So good in this deck too. The Oculus is like,
yes,
it's just so cracked. Okay. Interesting.
Well, it notably stymies your early aggression.
It does, yeah. What am I doing? Wouldn't we like to know?
I feel as though that is a question only you can answer.
All right, I gotta start. Oh god, I gotta stop doing this. Okay, I'm gonna activate Survival of the Fittest and not just click my creature and then try and click Survival. And then I'm gonna figure out what I'm doing.
I see.
Like it feels like there's likely a good pick here. But what is it? Unfortunately, as you pointed out, my lack of green sources is really getting me.
Like if you commit to like comboing, it's over so many turns and so many things can go wrong.
I know. Yeah, that seems unlikely to be the play. I think
Survival art is so good.
I know. I really like it. I think I'm actually just gonna go get one psychic the frog.
Reasonable.
Yeah. Is it? I'm not even sure it is, but I don't know. I was kind of getting a little dizzy, and I don't think the viewers want to just watch me get dizzy for an extended period of time.
Yeah, tough but fair. Well. I'll attack.
Yeah, you're figuring you're willing to accept me
You
discarding my
binning
whole
your
hand,
entire hand,
exiling my
three
entire
cards.
graveyard.
Yeah. And I still get to kill the frog.
Yeah, one-sided balance.
I deemed that as an acceptable trade-off.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
I require more mana, and
Mana.
this makes much mana, because amongst many other things, Abhorrent Oculus is ferocious.
Yep. It is rather large. What a messed up card. What were they thinking?
My guess is they weren't, but... Because it's literally, like, S tier in every format. Like, it's good in Standard, good in Pioneer, good in Modern, good in Legacy. I guess maybe not Legacy, but...
I think it's pretty good in that format, even.
I just think there are better, like, it's a little too slow. Like, there are just better things to be doing with the graveyard, like, but... Alright, so you probably DT'd for the Cradle. That makes sense.
Trying to fix this black mana, or this green mana problem.
I see, yeah. Yeah, makes sense.
Well... What am I doing from here, though? Elaborate plans I do not have. I think I'm just passing and hoping I'm not dead. And then figuring it out next turn.
Let's see.
Feels like a good chance I'm dead, but... I didn't see a path to winning this turn, so...
Huh. Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't like interesting. I would prefer for you to be like, oh no, what a disaster. My game is ruined. Ah, the other grist.
Yes.
I didn't include this one. Maybe I should have. I don't know.
I don't know either. I haven't played it before. And so my thinking was, if there's a deck it's good in, it is probably this one.
Makes sense, yeah. And you get to flip it right away, which is like very good.
And blow up to survival.
Oh, is that what it does on the other side?
Yes.
I see.
I had to read it myself, but I'm like, is this a naturalized? And it turns out it's a naturalized, so you know.
All right, I will cast this Auroral Procession to get back Uro.
Uh-huh.
And then I will activate my survival one more time.
Yep.
How many lands do I have in play? 4? 4 is not like a spectacular number. So the options are get Atraxa or get... I mean, I didn't come here to not get this card.
How are you casting it? I'm so confused.
I might not be casting it.
I see.
Yeah.
I guess you can discard it to Frog and then Reanimate it. That's an option.
Mm-hmm. It's an annoying one.
Yeah.
At least you can't activate it this turn, I guess. But still, just clicking away at my graveyard is no fun.
I disagree. I think it is quite good fun.
Right, you would think that.
I would and do, and
Yep. Yeah, what a turn.
yeah, not the worst.
The old Fanatic of Ronus.
Yeah, pretty good with the
Pretty
old
good with the old
Hoculus.
Yeah. Unearth. All right. Well, that's not ideal. Okay. Well, let's start by discarding this thing. That's where this turn starts, no matter what. I'm obviously not in a position where I can cast Reanimate on it, but I can animate Deaded it.
Animate deaded it. Sure. Yeah. Wait, this thing has flying too? The hell?
Mm-hmm.
Hogak.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Although, do I just want to put Emperor of Bones in to play? I mean, Hogak is big, but like, does it actually do anything?
That's the question.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I will. Still, yeah, I probably will just put this Hogak in play, although I don't think it really matters. Because do you have any flyers? No, you don't. Okay, so I can get in with the Psychic Frog if I exile some stuff. That's good. So I feel like I need another card. feel like I need
Feels like
more
you're
action.
dead if you have nothing, I think. You just need more things on board with which to block.
I'm not dead on board, I don't think, but
I believe you are with my Emperor of Bones, but
oh sure, because you get to make it a 4/4 because the Uro token goes away.
well, I can exile something else in beginning of combat and then make a hasty something that actually gets to attack.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Well, I think the frog needs to try to fly. I think that's the path to victory.
And because it's broken, you get to also kill my Grist.
Yeah, probably true. Luckily for you, Time Walk not in my deck. I did consider that initially. That would be a good one here.
Yeah.
Suffice it to say. All right.
So silly
Get an
that it
extra
says
card.
or Planeswalker.
Does that keep me alive? Maybe. I'll cast it. We'll find out.
Oh, yeah. That one pretty good at keeping people alive.
I think I'm alive. I don't know though. This Fiend Artisan is pretty big. And also, like, presumably you can just Fiend Artisan for like the win, right? You have like infinite mana. You have 8.
8, so I could get now I'm 1 off Colossal Grave-Reaver.
You don't have Hoof in your deck. I guess that's an 8 as well.
Yeah. Colossal Grave-Reaver is like the only massive thing I have in my deck.
I have a card in my hand that I'm regretting not cutting, unfortunately.
Well, let's start by doing this.
Yep. Fair enough. Seems good.
Could just take my own Barrogoyf.
Can we talk about the interaction between Barrogoyf and Colossal Grave-Reaver, by the way?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Qualifies as relatively gross, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's probably the best thing to be doing. My sequencing is not great here, but I can't imagine wanting to discard this Baraglyph.
Yeah, I would be relatively. I mean, I guess like you are always supposed to loot in a way where looting matters, but
Yeah, awkwardly, I may have wanted both of these cards over Baraglyph, as they both
they
deal
both
with the
kill
Colossal
my colossal
Grave-Reaver
grave mob.
problem.
Whoops.
I'm just gonna exile your Emperor of Bones.
Yeah, seems good. And then I guess there's a question about how you attack.
Yeah, I don't even know if I get to attack. I probably get to attack with the Oculus, I guess. And you probably have to either chump block or trade your Grave-Reaver.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Hogak doesn't have surprise reach or something, which would be like obviously absurd.
Yeah, that would be silly.
Although
and I'm still ahead on board if I do this, so like, yeah, that all seems fine.
Exalted A. I mean,
Exalted coming up clutch.
yeah, big deal.
It's like chump blocking is not particularly appealing to you.
I'm just gonna run the no blocks. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, so you're being
to
like,
win the
all
game
right,
this
I'm
turn.
winning, and now I just need to not die.
Correct, but I just don't think that my options are getting a lot better. Either if I block with the Grave-Reaver or if I chump with Malanthrope. I don't think either of those plays are.
I don't know how this works, so I'm gonna.
Actually, chumping with Malanthrope was probably right. Now that I look at it.
Because then if you draw some sort of recursion spell, replaying Malanthrope is pretty good. Because it becomes
that is correct.
Giga huge.
Correct, yeah. Math is for blockers.
Okay. What did you hit? Oh, fuck off.
Atraxa. Don't put the Molt-Tender in play. Don't put the Molt-Tender in play. Don't put the Molt-Tender in play.
So dumb.
Don't worry.
Philology, Wastewood Verge, 6, Deathrite Shaman, Stitcher's Supplier, Noble Hierarch Island, Tortured Existence. Alright. Yeah, none of these things immediately kill me.
Yeah, you're like very much so still fine. I'll take the Archaeologist and I'll take the Thorax.
So I definitely need to block and kill this Baraglyph.
I can't believe I drew to try hit Atraxa. What an absurd game.
Must be nice. You didn't hit an instant, and there's already a sorcery in the bin. So you can't, like, surprise make Goyfs bigger. So it's a 4/5.
I'm also at 1, so.
Yeah. So this block seems good. This... No. Well... Wait. You have Psychic Frog. You can just make... Oh, whatever. I blocked it with the Death Touch creature and it doesn't have Trample. Let's stop...
Stop belaboring the
thinking
point.
About that. I think I like this block. If you want to discard 3 cards to trade, I think that's fine with me. Don't want to block with that one. This idiot has Trample. So I'm currently taking 14, 18. It's not terribly appealing. But like, so you're gaining 4 up to 5, and then you're like very dead on the crackback. Yeah. And I'm presumably gaining 4 life as well. trying to think if it's worth blocking anything else, and I just don't think it is. Because my Fiend Artisan's also going to get bigger.
Fiend Artisan about to go crazy.
Yeah. If I miss something, worst. I miss something. But I
wonder if I missed something by not flying the frog in response to the Atraxa trigger. Is that lethal if I do that? It's 10. No, I can't make the frog big enough. It is a lot of damage though, right? Like I can
fully block the Hogak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
And I'm gaining 4 as well.
Yeah. So. Okay. So no missed lethals here.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm gonna discard some stuff. And I think I have to just discard Lorien. Could be wrong. But... All right. Excellent. Math is for blockers mode engaged. You're at 6.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think I want to tap this because my constraint is going to be mana sources that are anything other than green. So let's put this Foulage into play. See if we hit anything else with the Colossal Grave-Reaver. We did. Excellent. Ugh. This would have been a good one pre-combat. Still good, though. Gonna make 2 rats. That's pretty decent. Oh, no, they didn't get exiled. I take it back. Okay, I gotta take a look-see-loo at the graveyards here. What a weird game.
This game has been crazy.
Okay, so I could do this one, get back. So I think I want to go
Tortured Existent. Oh, you have Reanimate?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I'm just trying to decide what I'm going to reanimate. Because I could reanimate like your birds to have a chump blocker for Oculus in case you have a way to kill Atraxa. Or I could just like reanimate your Barrogoyf or your Satyr Wayfinder if I wanted to really like try and spike.
Yep.
Actually, maybe reanimate your Satyr Wayfinder is the route here, mostly just because it's funny.
Doesn't feel right, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, I am nothing if but someone who does things because they're funny. Beseiju, is that good? I think that's good, right?
What does that hit? I'm confused.
I don't think it hits anything.
I was like, but I understand you get it, but why is it good?
All right, I did get to put a Devoted Druid into play. Yeah, okay, this has no relevant targets on your side, sadly.
Yes.
All right. I guess I could hit your land.
No, I'm gonna bother.
Let's see, right?
That gets me a land
artifact,
back.
Enchantment, non-back. Okay, yeah, we're good.
It feels like it does not do a lot.
What a great turn. Really, just an enjoyable experience for the whole family, I would say. This is definitely what we pictured when we sleeve these decks up.
Okay, probably not enough at this point.
Although drawing a land would be bad too, because Fiend Artisan gets to go get the old
Colossal Grave-Reaver.
Colossal Grave-Reaver fights, yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, nice. The manifest actually had text.
Yeah.
By foraging in addition to paying their mana cost.
I will forage.
Yep. What creature are you casting? This was a reason to reanimate your Barrogoyf, for sure, if that's what you're playing. I see. And the plan is to once again use the little known down tick ability of Grist to well, ready for me to surveil Ureni into my graveyard off the top and
No, no, no,
play
no, no,
with
no,
it?
no, 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 no. Please.
Survey says. Can I get a? Oh, okay. I'll put this land in the graveyard instead.
Whew.
Tragic. All right.
We were sweating.
All right. Well, that's bad. Now I think Emperor of Bones gets to snacks my Colossal Grave-Reaver and I die.
That is the hope. I'm seeing I have 2 mana to do something else. I guess I might as well cast you.
Sure. Oh yeah, we're foraging. I see. All right, so you get to make a Grave-Reaver.
Yep.
It's big.
It is large.
All right. It's my turn to do blocker math.
Yeah. Well, and you're also hoping I don't flip the stones off my deck now. Whiff!
All right, good start.
Oh my god.
The Grave-Reaver knows who it's true.
All right. I think I'm just attacking with everything.
I leave this decision up to you.
You're at a functional 9.
Yeah.
Like, I'm obviously not attacking with Noble Hierarch.
Lower hierarch, yeah, but everything else.
I feel
So
like
I'm at
everything
9,
else wants
and the
to
Colossal
attack.
Grave Mob block is basically forced. And I don't have another flyer, so I'm taking 7. I don't know, I'll figure it out. Math is for blockers, so.
Whoops, I accidentally attacked with Noble Hierarch, but what are you going to do?
I probably won't block it if I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah, I feel like you... Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
It could be better in terms of the sequencing timing, but you did get a good one.
Let's get back to Mire Triton.
Yeah.
God,
this card is so
if
silly.
nothing else, Grave-Reaver is
strong
good
showing for the
fun.
Grave-Reaver. Oh my god, you hit Bowmasters. That actually matters. It takes
Wait,
a
why
block
do I
off
need
the
to?
table.
Why do I need to pay?
Huh?
It's asking me to pay 1 and a black. Oh, weird.
I don't know.
Oh, it's because technically the trigger's on the stack, so I think I can cast it with my adept. Yeah.
I actually, you know what? To be totally honest with you, I think I was living, and I think this kills me. Not even kidding. Pretty sure, because now
That's
I'm
insane.
4 blockers, and I think that I needed the 4th blocker, or the 5th blocker, I should say. Sorry, because I can go. Okay, well, math is for blockers, so let me do the math. I have to, this is a forced block, and then I have to block the 3 biggest things, which is 7, 4, and 3. And then I gain 7
to
up
9,
to 9, and I
2,
take 5,
4,
7,
11.
Oh no, I was very dead. Okay. But if I could block, if I could block 1 more 2, I don't think it matters actually.
No,
so I
you're
needed 1
exact
bonus.
seized. Yeah.
Which is a shame because you were dying on my turn.
Yeah, I believe it. That's why I right-click attack Ald.
Because I think Vren was making like maybe 20 rats. Oh my god, what a sequence.
What an insane game.
All right, game 2. Your deck is definitely more in on the like high synergy stuff.
Yeah.
And I think my deck is playing like a few more like combo
Power
cards and a
outliers.
few more like combo cards, and also like I think playing like a few more like interactive pieces. I'm gonna definitely
I
talk
have
about
quite a
that.
bit of interaction, but
I have not seen any yet.
that's not true. I've naturalized you twice.
Oh, sure. You've naturalized me with your planeswalker that has to be reanimated. That's
Okay,
not
in
high
this deck,
synergy at all.
yeah, it's free, bud. Come on.
It's not free. All right.
I've had it whenever I've wanted it. All right, yeah. Mute
Must be nice
yourself.
to run
Yeah,
so
get
good.
out of here.
All right.
Never work in this town again. Yeah, my hand's great. Never mulligan.
All right. So no green source means that this one's a mulligan, I think. Okay. No black source means this one's a mulligan, sadly. Unfortunate. There's one of each basic in the deck, plus a Mystic Sanctuary. And there's also a Boseiju and an Otawara. So like my mana is probably a little bit greedy for how much stuff I'm trying to do, but it is what it is. Okay. I mean, this is like a decent 5. This basic island is a little haunting. Like my mana base once again is just looking embarrassing, but Insidious Roots is really powerful. This is definitely the best looking hand I've had, so I'll bin this. And I think I might also be binning the... Do I think I'm going to have time to use Uro? Question. The way these games have gone so far, I think I'm probably more likely to want to have put a better thing in play. I can go turn 1, buy you, get Frog, put Frog in play turn 2, which is probably very good. So with that in mind, I'm going to get rid of this Uro. If I draw a land, the Attuned Hunter is what I want to do. Hello. I almost F6'd my first turn.
Excellent. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Please play land. Okay, good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
For some reason, I thought I was on the play or on the draw, and so I was like, "Oh, I'll just F6 through Jared's first turn." Yeah, going to 5, not ideal, but here we are.
I was saying your deck's like more combo slant and slightly maybe a few more power outliers does make it probably better at mulliganing than my version, but yeah, obviously honestly, you'd rather just not mulligan.
Yeah, and honestly, my mulligans were just purely due to not having lands, unfortunately. Okay, so there's, I think, 2 possible takes here that are pretty valid. Option 1 is this one, which is probably in Jared's deck too. It's Overlord of the Baelmerk. I think that's a pretty good turn 2 play. And then option 2 is just to get Psychic Frog and to start frogging. Overlord is better into removal spell, probably, since all the removal in this matchup will kill Frog, more or less. But Overlord is less proactive, I think.
I just nodded my head a bunch and agreed with pretty much everything you said.
Yeah, I'm going to get the Frog. I think when you go to 5, you kind of need to go for the home run swing.
Tough but
I think
fair.
that's what this is. It's probably going to die, and the match is going to be a shorter one, but here we are.
Well, I don't have anything that kills it now. I do have...
This is where you draw the grist. Man, I have been editing recently when Trent has just absolutely sacked me into the dirt, and he just plays it off like nothing happened. It's like, he's like, oh yeah, I kept this hand because it was very reasonable. And like, the hand is not reasonable at all. It's like completely dead to what I'm doing, and then he just draws the best possible card in his deck 3 turns in a row and behaves as though those were in his opener. Sorry.
Meanwhile, it's the other way for me. Trent plays a Caracas. I have nothing in my hand. I'm like, oh, I don't care about that. And then I draw Sabsunin off the top, and I'm like...
I mean, you did that to me as well. We had a game where I was going to get to hit you with a Ragavan, even though your deck normally doesn't get hit by Ragavan, and then you top deck Caracas, and you were like, excellent. Just like I drew it up.
Yeah, speaking of how we drew it up...
Oh, I'm getting reanimated after you flip the Oculus. That's not great.
Yeah.
Well, this is what you get for playing high power formats. Oh, it's not even reanimated.
I will pay no life.
Yeah, brutal.
Yeah.
Well, It might be a short one. It's okay. Such is life. You've had turn 2 Oculus both games. And with 7 cards, maybe I could compete, but with 5, especially where I had to spend one of them to go get this Psychic Frog, it's tough sledding for me, I think. Not ideal. All right, I'm going to cast this Attuned Hunter and pass the turn.
I didn't put that one in my deck.
I think I'm like a little bit more like lean than you are. I think you're going like really in on the synergies, whereas like I think I'm like less in on the synergies. So like the power level on my deck is like probably flatter. Oh my god, the synergy.
Yeah.
But yeah, your deck definitely has the spike potential of, you know, turn 2 Mire Triton into Unearth it. Into Unearth Abhorrent Oculus.
Yeah. That is definitely a line of play I have available to me.
What'd you take? You took 6. Makes sense. Yep, no blocks.
This Oculus is doing some good guard duty, so let him chill there for now.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You manifested a good one.
Yes.
Well, you have a lot of mana, so wastelanding you doesn't seem particularly good, but I also don't know what else I'm doing. Like, I guess I'm just passing. I don't know. It's not an ideal spot, let's just say. Get back Bloodghast. Makes sense. Like I don't have this one in my deck, for example. Like I thought this was like too.
I think that's fine.
Too synergy based. Are you like flipping Atraxa? Like what is going on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, can't be that.
It was Overlord.
Oh, it's Overlord. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I agree.
Yeah, very quickly running out of ideas for what my outs are here.
Well, yes, I will use Overlord's ability to put this Spring Heart and Antico into my hand. You thought one Abhorrent Oculus is good.
Yeah. Trying to think what my outs even are. Not sure there are any. Okay, I mean, there are worse cards to draw in this spot.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoop them up. This is an unassailable board state for sure.
Yeah, the old turn 2 Oculus, pretty good.
Yeah, and I mulligan to 5. Like,
yeah,
it's like just tough sledding. The reality
I think
is like
that game might have been fine if I didn't YOLO the Mire Triton and hit the Oculus.
Natural the Mire Triton. This is also like kind of like classically emblematic of what Mana Dork mirrors are like, I think. Like, if you are the one with the Mana Dork, especially in these versions of the decks that tend to be like a little bit lower on removal, like the person who hits the first Mana Dork is often like really far ahead.
Yeah.
And like, I think that happened in both our games where you had a Mana Dork start, and it was just like basically impossible to come back from. I mean, obviously in game 1 you literally had like EO for Oculus right away. So I think what we're gonna do, we decided we would kick it to a joint deck tech where we both kind of look at our decks and talk about the decision making process for how we came to the deck. So we'll edit to that. There'll be some cuts that happen. It might be now, it might be later. I don't know. We're still figuring
it might have already happened.
Hello. We are doing something kind of different this time for the deck tech. So obviously, as you have already heard, Jer and I both simultaneously were somewhat inspired to build like bug, graveyard matters decks, Insidious Roots decks. So we were planning to record content already, and then Jer said, "Oh, I have a bug Insidious Roots deck I want to play," and I was like, "Oh my god, me too." So we played the games in the dark, and now we are going to deck tech together. So Jer's looking at my screen, we're looking at the Mox field. I've got Jer's list pulled up currently. I've got a little compare action on another tab here, and I've got my list pulled up here as well. So Jer, what was the rationale for you going into building this deck? Were there particular cards that got released that made you want to play these cards? Like, I know you love Insidious Roots, that it is like kind of a pet card of yours, but were there other things that got printed?
Yeah, so like there are a couple more cards that I think that are worth exploring with basically the same text of whenever a card leaves your graveyard. So Kish the Skimmer as a creature is one. The 4-mana Tevar is another one. And then there's an enchantment, Tevar's Judgment, which is another one.
Mm-hmm.
That all sort of have the whenever
Taval,
cards leave your oh yeah, Taval, my bad.
Tyvar is the planeswalker.
Yeah.
I was like, Tyvar.
I get them all confused.
I know,
black green based graveyardy nonsense cards.
You could be fun.
But they all do things and reward you for cards leaving your graveyard. And I as you said, Insidious Roots is a pet card of mine, so an excuse to play it in Highlander was pretty appealing, and I just wanted to sort of like, I went in like almost positive that this wasn't going to be like blow me out of the water and be like, oh my god, this deck's broken. I had pretty realistic expectations that this deck would be like likely tier 3, maybe tier 2 at best. Like it's not what you would bring if you're trying to win, but it's a deck that definitely has some powerful draws and lets you do a lot of really fun, cool things.
Yeah, like a little inside baseballs that we've already played the games. We played 4 games, and they all featured, to borrow a term we used to use a lot more often, some powerful magic.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, none of the games were close. Especially close. Well, one of them was maybe kind of close, but 3 of them were certainly like mile-wide blowouts. So
yeah. So, like, for me, I was similarly inspired. Like, the card that I really gravitated towards, and this will not surprise you, is Colossal Grave-Reaver. Yes. Obviously, like, I love Reanimator decks. I love, like, cheats decks in general. So, like, when I was doing my set review and when I was looking at the cards, like, this is one that I was like, okay, how do we make this one work? And the conclusion that I sort of came to was that this was not worth playing in a typical Reanimator shell because your creature count wasn't going to be high enough to trigger it, which is how I ended up going down the, like, Dredge, Self Mill rabbit hole. And then conveniently, like, a bunch of the Sultai cards from the new set are interesting. Like you said, Taval is very cool. I'm playing Codis Sibsig Champion, which I think I discarded to Survival of the Fittest, was the only thing that happened in our games. But I do think that in other matchups this one could be interesting. Like, it becomes a 5/5 if you play it and cast something right
the awkward
away.
thing about the match is that, like, the match isn't about the grindy cards, it's about doing the really broken stuff.
Yes, it's about going as linear as possible.
When you're playing against a more fair deck, you can afford to, like, go more in on the new engine type cards that got printed, like the Teval's Judgment, Teval, those types of cards. But in this matchup, you're looking for more the Colossal Grave-Reaver line, just like uber broken. And
in my case, you're looking for like Vren the Relentless to like make like 8 pack rats or something after a big combat step, or yeah. So both of us had similar ideas. Our points are close; they're not exactly the same. You went on a slightly narrower than I did. So you have Vampiric Tutor in place of 2 1-pointers. I guess it would be Strip Mine and
Mystical.
You're not playing Mystical, and then I'm playing 7 1-pointers, and then you have Imp Seal, whereas I'm playing Treasure Cruise. Or dig through time, sorry.
Yeah.
But other than that, similar ideas. Psychic Frog, completely disgusting in this deck. Just does
very, very good.
Does absurd things. I think like some of the differences in terms of how we approached it, like you went even more in on being a graveyard deck. Like you have Hedron Crab, you have like Luris.
Yeah, and in this version, I kind of just wanted to like test how how far I could go in on the like Insidious Roots at all plan.
Yeah.
And like fuel those. That's why I'm on both 1-mana tutors to try to
have as many Insidious Roots games.
Yeah. But like one of the other engine type cards, and then like see how good they are.
Yeah. Oh, you know what's interesting? A card I missed. Let's go to the comparison, because a card that I missed that I'm looking at right now. We're surprisingly like 37 cards different. 36, but I'm on the 100 card special, so or 101 card special.
101,
so, yeah. I think, but it's weird. A card must have not gotten imported to Magic Online, because I was 100 cards on Magic Online. So we'll figure out what that is about. But yeah, like when you look at like the cards that you're on that I'm not, some of them are just like egregious misses by me. Like Takenuma, probably supposed to be in the deck. Unearth, probably supposed to be in the deck. Nethergoyf, probably supposed to be in the deck. But then some of them are things that are like a bit more synergy based. Like I cut Kashala Skimmer. I thought this one was like a little bit too mopey as a creature, like just as a 2/2 flying on 2 didn't seem like that enticing to me. And like similarly, like Osteomancer Adept, like just seemed a little bit.
This card is great, by the way.
You think so?
I think this card might just be a little slept on.
Interesting.
It's just like pretty low cost. It's a Death Toucher, and I think Death Touch is with the size of creatures. I'm getting like higher and higher on the keyword Death Touch in like decks that want to go long.
That's fair.
That have a lot of inevitability.
Yeah.
Like it forces your opponent to spend a real removal spell on kind of a mopey creature, so they're disincentivized to doing that. And it's a creature with an activated ability that can punish the crap out of your opponent for not doing that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and then like my list, like a bunch of the changes are mana based related, partially because I had more blue cards in my deck than you did. I'm playing like I'm in on Nadu, so I've got like some of the Nadu cards. Like I have like Nadu, Scythe Cat Cub. I've got Survival of the Fittest plus the Hazel's Brewmaster combo. I'm playing Ureni and Atraxa as natural order hits, whereas you were just on the Grave-Reaver.
Colossal Grave-Reaver.
Yeah, you didn't have any other NO hits.
No. So one of the things I'm most surprised at is you put Tortured Existence in your deck and I cut it.
I know. I was thinking that too. When I saw this pop up.
I love Tortured Existence.
I know. It's another one of your pet cards. I will say I'm not sure it's good. It's like a classic, like great if you have roots going. Like if you have roots going, obviously this card is cracked, but if you don't have roots going, it's not very good. Some of the cards that I included in my deck, I think I would like, even after just playing like 4 games, I would like snap cut because they're just not good enough. Like White of the Reliquary is a card that I had in the deck, and I was initially a more lands based deck. Like I was doing more like strip mine looping and stuff, and I decided that required playing too many non-creatures for me, so I kept the strip mine. Although to be honest, I think if I was going to build a deck again, I would cut the strip mine, and I would probably cut one of the delve spells for vamp. I think I like the idea of having vamp more. I'm on like Philology Archaeologist and Picklock Prankster, which I think don't necessarily have enough targets, which is like something to consider as well. And then I'm on Malanthrope. I think this card's actually kind of sick.
Yeah, I could definitely see playing that one.
Although it is awkward that it like nukes if you target yourself, like you are getting rid of everything, and it's like maybe not great. But I wanted to try this card in a Survival of the Fittest like toolbox deck. It just seemed like a sweet.
I think
sweet
in
hit.
most like basically, unless both you and your opponent are top decking, you're almost always targeting your opponent.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And I think
unless you're making it like a 10
kind of
or
fine.
Something.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think if this card comes into play as like a 3/3 or a 4/4, you're already pretty happy. So I don't know. It seemed kind of interesting.
Yeah, like a 3/3 flyer that exiled your opponent's graveyard. Like people would play that card some amount of the time at least.
I think so. So in terms of where you want to go with this list, like what's your plan going forward?
So we were kind of talking about it, and I think like the more competitive version likely doesn't have the roots cards. Even in my version, that was trying to like limit test the roots cards as much as possible.
Except
I
for
just think
Torax.
sure, but I mean like the engine, the
Yeah,
cards
yeah,
that
yeah.
engine by themselves, like Torex is a
No,
really good enabler once you get it and an engine in play.
yeah, but you need an engine for
But
sure.
yeah, I just don't think they're good enough. Slash, there aren't enough of them to build your deck in that fashion, and
Yeah.
so I think I would probably cut most of that package. But I think in playing the deck, there might be like a creature base value reanimator deck that's pretty good. Because natural order at 1 is like a very enticing card to play.
Yeah, and it's a good reason to be green for sure.
Mana dorks are very good. It's like a really good way to tax your opponent's removal. Um, and I think there's a lot of really good cards in the bug wedge that like don't get played enough, or like have some like really good a really good spot in the meta currently. Like you get access to some counter spells, you get access to discard, you get access to some like sweet disruptive options, you get some pretty good removal because the black green removal multicolor cards are pretty good. So
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a lot of good reasons to be in like all three of these colors.
yeah, like, and I think you get to make some of the better use of the points list, because like we get to be on a really wide points list in this deck, and it,
Yeah, you
like,
don't have to play
cards,
Moxes because you're green.
all of the cards feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And
Agreed.
I think that's another kind of enticing thing. So
Well,
I think
it's like you and I are
I
like
would,
debating cutting pointed cards, not because like we feel like we need to fit something else in, but just because we're trying to work out what the optimal one is. Like it's like they all feel good.
and I think it's sort of an amalgamation. Like I think I would probably add Nadu and Survival, and maybe a slight white splash.
I think if you're going more in on Nadu, I think I would want to have at least some way to kind of like quote unquote go infinite.
Yeah, I don't think I would play Shuko or Saga or any of the.
No, I would play
equipment.
like a creature, maybe two.
Yeah, I could see playing the 1 mana creature and the 2 mana creature when I've played Nadu. The 2 mana creature is just like a way better creature on its own, because it can protect itself as well from damage based removal.
Yeah,
which is a pretty good ability to have. Yeah, so maybe those two. You get Eladon Reskull, you get maybe a couple removal spells.
Yeah, getting like swords, prismatic ending.
Maybe. I mean, most people would say swords and path, but I know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about playing the good white removals.
Yeah, of course.
I think if you're black, you get to skip path if you want to.
And then you play maybe like I was talking about it, like the best 5 big chunky creatures. So you play like Atraxa, Archon. I would probably play it starts with KO. It's a Hydra.
Kiora?
No.
Coma?
Yeah, Coma. I wanted to call it Koga, but I've been playing
too much Pokemon Pocket.
Well, I've been playing like Pokemon simulators on my computer.
Oh, nice. Sick.
Yeah, so I've been playing through those. Yeah, Coma. Probably Ureni. It's been really impressive every time I've seen it.
I've literally never lost a game where I've put it in play. I'm like 6-0.
And that was my theory. Like, people underestimate the keywords on this card, and 10/10 is a very good keyword. Like,
yeah,
kills you in 2 turns.
Yeah.
And then I think the 5th one maybe could be Colossal Grave-Reaver, depending on how you build the rest of your deck. But
I like if you've got Buried Alive in your deck and you get to go like put the Grave-Reaver into play, cast Buried Alive or cast Entomb, you're like very happy. You just get to double reanimate. Like there's definitely some high rolls there.
Yeah, and then I would maybe play a little bit more of the like graveyard, like reanimatory style deck, take out some of the clunkers, but
Yeah, maybe
I
put some
think
more like
that's
looting
like
effects in.
the best version of this deck, and that's something I'll definitely be working on in the nearish future, because this space feels kind of underexplored, and it does a lot of really powerful things.
I think especially in the
Which
face of
is
mid-range decks, this deck seems like it's poised to be pretty good.
like I even think our versions are probably pretty
Yeah,
favored versus
I know.
mid-range decks.
These
Like,
are the kinds of decks that like you end up playing against on mid-range, where you're like, well, my carefully crafted mid-range deck didn't have an answer for Colossal Grave-Reaver being recurred twice. Sue me.
yeah, yeah. Like this deck just does, like, if you ever get the synergy bit online, they're dead. If you ever put Ireni into play, they're dead. You have just so many win conditions against them.
Yeah.
And they need the game to go basically perfectly.
Yeah. Might
But
need a couple
where
more
you would,
tools for combo, but
I was gonna say, where you'd really struggle is against the faster combo decks, which is where like creature combo / synergy decks typically struggle. Is like you're very good at overwhelming mid range and oftentimes at like not dying to aggro, but struggle to interact effectively with a spell or even sometimes permanent base combo. Whereas this deck has some answers to permanent base combo, but
yeah, and like you could go even deeper on like the opposition agent style effects. Like you could put some more hate bears in your deck, or you could put some of the like mesmeric fiend style effects if you wanted to load up a bit more on like hand attack effects. If you felt like you needed to be better into the combo decks, like that would definitely like
although
help.
even just having access to more creature tutors would help you there too.
Yeah, it would help give you some percentage points for sure. I will say this deck presents a fast clock. Like if you're not being interacted with, like I think you can goldfish
You can do some
for
busted
turn
stuff.
4, turn 5 pretty easily. And maybe if you're like more in on Nadu, maybe you can even goldfish some faster Nadu kills. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I feel like we've talked about this a bunch. So I don't know. We'll either put this at the start of the video or the end. We didn't actually decide. I'll decide in editing. So either have fun watching the games, or if you've already watched the games, thanks for watching the video. We really appreciate it. Jared, do you have any closing remarks?
No, just if you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave us some comments. We definitely read them all. We respond to most. And consider liking and subscribing as well.
Yep. Perfect. All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.